Sometimes, deep nostalgia makes you do things you never quite plan or explain. For me, it meant constantly checking for the direct KL to JB train to return. Back in 2010, the ETS first linked Kuala Lumpur directly with Ipoh. From there, the network crept north to Butterworth and Padang Besar. Yet, reaching KL from Singapore by train was still inconvenient. Completion of the Kluang to JB double track closed the last gap. At last, direct rail travel between Malaysia's two biggest cities returned. The KLJ BETS began on the 12th of December 2025. This route uses the new Class 94 6-car ETS 3 train sets, capable of higher speed. They operate at 140 km per hour. Tickets can be booked via the KTM BKITS website or mobile app. You need a verified KYC account even to view available seats. The app lets you pick your seat. Standard class starts around 70 ringgit one way. Business class usually costs about 150 to 160 ringgit. For the full journey south, I treated myself to business. An early grab from Citizen M Hotel cost about 20 ringgit. Arrive at least 30 minutes early for gates and platform checks. Business passengers may wait inside the Ruby Lounge. It offers coffee, tea, water, and a calm place to sit. A direct lift takes you from the lounge to the platform. Business class is always car A, the train's front on this trip. Seats are arranged 1 by 2 with generous legroom. The solo seat gives you more privacy than standard class. The armrest screen shows maps, games, and slow internet. Wi-Fi did not work today, so Netflix was unusable. On the right is a tray table. Each seat has power, USB, a bright light, and a hook. Standard class is arranged 2 to 2 across the aisle. It feels roomier than most people expect, though there are about 60 passengers in each carriage, almost double business class. In cars B, C, and E, you'll also find quad seats, 4 seats facing one another around a fixed table, good for families or small groups traveling together. There are luggage racks near the front of car A, plus airline-style overhead bins. If your cabin bag is truly cabin-sized, it fits fine. The friendly staff will help if you have difficulty lifting your bags overhead. The business class toilet is similar to standard class. Simple, clean, with a small window for ventilation. Just remember to close it when the train stops. Around 8:30 a.m., breakfast arrived. Nasi lemak with chicken rendang. The rice was warm and fluffy. The chicken tender and savory. A small snack box came with juice, peanuts, and wired earphones. A charmingly old-school touch. 2 hours later, we received hot coffee or tea and muffin. I took a walk to Car C where the bistro is located. There were hot drinks, canned drinks, and a few microwave meals for around 12 to 13 ringgit. Unlike older ETS trains, there's no seating here. Everything is takeaway, so you bring it back to your seat. Nearby in Cardi, there's also a small prayer room beside the accessible toilet. At exactly 7:45 a.m., the horn sounded and we glided out of KL Sentral. There's something deeply calming about watching the city slip away through a train window. Within minutes, skyscrapers gave way to green fields, palm oil plantations, and quiet kampung houses. The speed display often hovered around 130 to 140 kilometers per hour. Smooth, steady, and far more relaxing than any highway drive.
Last station, JB Sentral.
We reached JB Sentral at 12:15 p.m., slightly delayed. Keep your ticket ready for the exit gantry barriers. If you're continuing to Singapore by train, you cross the concourse in JB Sentral Station. Follow signs to Shuttle Tebrau, Gate A. You queue, scan your passport, clear Malaysian immigration, and send your bags through X-ray. The waiting area can feel cramped because each shuttle carries about 320 passengers. When the glass doors open, it's a quick dash down to the platform. The ride itself is only about 5 minutes to Woodlands, but you may wait another 10 minutes before departure. So it's still worth grabbing a seat. At Woodlands train checkpoint, Singapore immigration process is straightforward. Then you step out to buses, taxis, or Onboard connections in Singapore. This new ETS link feels like the missing bridge between Malaysia's north and south has finally been rebuilt. Yes, buses are cheaper, but you risk traffic jams. Yes, planes are faster on paper, but airports eat up your time. With the ETS, the price is stable, the ride is smooth, and you avoid highway stress completely. And when the RTS link opens in future, the Singapore to JB connection will become even easier. For anyone who loves trains or just hates traffic, this is a journey worth trying at least once.